Hey guys, it's Penguin here, and welcome back to another gold making video. In this video, I'm going to be doing an updated 2022 video on my whole gold making setup. So a few months back, I believe it's about like 6 months ago, I did a whole breakdown of, I called it how I organize my gold, and basically just said like, these are my bank tunes, these are my characters, etc. And so in this video, since some things have changed, I wanted to give a more in-depth guide about exactly how I use my accounts and my characters, as well as just give you some tips and just to be transparent with exactly how I do my gold making. So hopefully you can find this useful if you're starting to build your gold empire, or if you're just a casual looking for professions or something like that. Hopefully you get something out of this video. But as always, if you enjoy my content, I would really appreciate a like on the video, and of course subscribing if you want to be notified about more content. But here is the video. So to get started, on screen you're going to see my WoW 1, aka my main WoW account. So this is the account that I started back in late Cataclysm, kind of end of 2012, and so this has all of my main characters. However, within the past year, I have actually purchased 2 more WoW accounts. I have now WoW 2 and WoW 3. So before we get in depth with the main account, I want to talk about those side ones. So WoW 2 first started out as an AFK crafting account. Honestly, both of these did. So I purchased these, got themselves the heroic edition of Shadowlands, which comes with that quote-unquote free level 50 boost, boosted those characters, which is my main realm, picked up like enchanting, blacksmithing, inscription, all of those professions that have very long crafting queues, and I would just use them on the side, and they will craft, inks and for missives and stuff on the side. However, about a few months ago, I have decided to try to expand to other realms. So currently, my WoW 2 is no longer on Wildhammer. It is now my Area 52 gold making setup. So at this current point in time, I am not very active with it. Have to admit to that. I probably just post my things once a week at this point. However, I hopefully will get back into it. But currently on that character or on that account, I have 1 level 60, 1 level 50, as well as a level 1 goblin. And the reason why I have that goblin is because I ported it into Ardenweald to make sure to get the cheapest material prices without, needing reputation. Of course, I could have made just my level 60 tune or level 50 tune a goblin, but I don't really like playing goblins, so I did that extra step. Then we have WoW 3, which, as I said, also used to be an AFK crafting account. However, a few months prior to the Area 52 transfer, I took this account on to Illidan. And so actually, Illidan was pretty bad. The transfer itself was good, I made profit, and my goal on both of these servers is I'm in the legendary market. And sadly, Illidan's legendary market pre 9.2 was pretty bad. And so ultimately I made the choice of to take my profit, turn it into a bunch of materials. I was able to purchase golden lotuses for like 25 gold a piece, as well as a ton of copyright. Then I basically retransferred that level 50 back to my main server on that account to become an AFK crafter again. So currently I have a secondary setup still on Area 52, and then my third account is AFK crafting. Currently that character has blacksmithing as well as inscription because I go through a lot of missives and that's what I do. So that was a ton of information, but that is what my side characters do. Moving on, we now have the main account, which you can see right here. Now, the main account, of course, as always, has all of my main tunes, as well as my big, gold deposits. I have all of my bank tunes, all of my crafters, everything that, if for some reason all of my other accounts got deleted, everything that I actually care about is on this account. So, yes, I have level 60s on the other ones, but, I don't have any actual progression or personal attachment to those characters. So on this account, as you can see, Wildhammer is my main realm. However, I am on quite a few. Now, not all of these are active. However, I do enjoy cross-realm flipping, so a lot of these realms that if you see, one character or two characters, I normally probably sell pets on them. Of course, not every single one is active, and I pay attention to more than others, but that is currently my setup. So if we go back to the character list, we are greeted with my main character, which is the one I've been actively playing since BFA. And this is my level 60 monk, who is currently my enchanter and tailorer. Also my main cook. They also have the cooking, secondary profession, all maxed out. So this is my main character. Personally, I sell everything on my main character because I have the Brutosaur and it's just easier for me to have it all organized on a toon that I don't really do current content at the moment. Most of my current content is the auction house, so I have no issues posting from my main toon, which is this monk. Moving on, we have Spell Sense, which is a level 10. However, it's high on the list because it is my main old world crafting toon. So anything that is non-Shadowlands related, that is craftable, including crafted transmog, crafting enchants, etc. All of that is being sold on this toon. I log in once a day, post the stuff for 24 hours, then I leave it alone. Moving on, we have my two druids. We have Fuzzy Sense, which is only a level 50, and this is my miner and my skinner. And right here, I am going to pause and tell you that this is why I always say that you should listen to me and you should not always copy me. What I mean by this is always I say that you should have your herbalist and your miner on the same character. However, I've had issues with profession matching due to the fact that I've had a lot of old world recipes, so I don't want to completely drop, professions to make it best balanced. Granted, why my tailorer is not paired up with any of the other legendary crafting professions, but at this case, I do have mining and skinning together. The issue, or the reason for that, is that Shapes, which is my other druid, is currently my leatherworker and herbalist. So what happened is that I leveled up Shapes, which is my level 60, and so I was missing leatherworking for legendaries, and so instead of taking the extra step of leveling another toon, I dropped mining, which was initially on Shapes, gave it to Fuzzy Sense, and then put leatherworking on that character, just so I don't have to level another level 60. So Shapes is currently my current content leatherworker who sells legendary, and it also has herbalism. Then we have Fairy Blades, which is a level 4 warrior, and he currently has Inscription as well as Old World Jewel Crafting. The reason why I say Old World Jewel Crafting is, yet again, I had another instance of not wanting to level up toons, so I actually have 2 jewel crafters, but I didn't want to actually drop the profession on this warrior because he has access to the jewel crafting panthers, etc. He has maxed out old world jewel crafting, so I don't want to lose all that progress. Then we have Dayroth, which is my current content jewel crafter as well as blacksmith. So he is yet again my third main legendary crafter on this realm. That's actually a good pair. I would recommend having blacksmithing and jewelry crafting, but he only does current content as he's a pretty newer character and doesn't really have anything old world related. Then we have Revan, which is a level 49 hunter, which, fun fact, he was my main in Legion, but he currently has engineering as well as alchemy. So because he's level 49, he does have current content alchemy, so he crafts all the potions as well as enchanting, but normally he's doing a lot of old world stuff. So he has the Vial of the Sands, he has all of the old world transmutes related to alchemy, and then he also has old world engineering, Sky Golem, Mechanohog, etc. So yes, he does craft current content flasks, but mostly his part is old world. Then we have Corgi, which fits the name, that Corgi is my bank seller toon for pets. So as I mentioned before, I do a lot of cross-realm pet selling, And just because I like to keep the numbers clean and the inventories clean, I dedicated a specific character to that on my server. So the name Corgi, I think it fits perfectly. Then we have Gotta Go Money, which I hate this character. I wish I should change it. I really do. But the reason that I haven't is that she is actually my first ever bank tune. Created her back in Legion, and she used to sell everything. Of course, we've expanded onto that, but currently she is my transmog bank tune. So I have a ton of farm transmog, as I used to really enjoy that pre-Shadowlands, and I believe I have about 700 mail left of transmog, which, gotta admit, I barely post it. I try to post it before it expires, but that is my current tune. Then we have two more minor characters. We actually have quite a lot on this realm, but there's two more that I want to point out, which is Lionel, which is a level 37 mage, and the reason for that is that she is actually my first ever character created on this account. She sadly never made it to max level. I quit her in WoD, but she is currently my old world leatherworker. So like I mentioned before, Shapes is my leatherworker, mainly for legendaries, so they don't have any of the old world recipes, but like the Warbear Woolies, the old world like Drums of Fury, stuff like that, is all on Lionel. Then the last big character I want to talk about is Sarkos, who is my level 45 Demon Hunter. And the only thing specific about him is that he has maxed mining for everything pre-Shadowlands. So any type of big transmute or smelt that I have to do, I do it on Sarkos. He can make the enchanted Elementium bars, he can make, Titan steel, he has everything maxed out, all of those smelting recipes. So yes, I do technically now have two miners, but I never actually go and mine on this character as I have a druid, but if I'm ever doing actual smelting or crafting on that character, I prefer to use that one. But that is my big overview of exactly my characters. I do have a ton of random other characters, but none of them relate to gold making at all. Honestly, I could not tell you the last time that I actually logged into that character, but that is my big overall setup. Now, just to show you a little bit more, if we do want to log on to the main character. Alright, just to show you a little bit more, I'm currently now on my monk, Tiger Sense, who is my main poster. So actually right before this video, I got online and restocked, not restocked, I reposted all of my expired items. And so if I open up, as you can see, I actually have some sales, but all of this is currently what my auction house looks like. Of course, you can pause to see exactly what I'm selling. Stuff is probably restocked, but it could give you a good idea. But what I want to point out is my profiles. So in TSM, if you guys do not know, you have the ability to create separate profiles, which is basically separate groups of groups, to be honest. So right now, my current actual profile that I'm using for Shadowlands is called 9.2 Pengu, which is basically the free profile that I offer to everybody. Of course, I do have a slight changes here and there. I have a little bit more added to like the default Mage Tower section, stuff like that. But if you guys are interested in the Discord, there is a free profile, and you're basically going to get exactly what I use on a day-to-day basis. But everything posted that is Shadowlands related, I use through this profile. Now, as you can see, I have some crazy different profiles. I should probably delete these, but this is actually all of the profiles I've had since the start of gold making, which was actually back in Legion. So this is like 5 to 6 years of profiles. So you can see we started off with default, we started getting into BFA, then we started talking about, all right, am I going to get the Longboy? 8.3 came out, tried my best at pets flipping. Shadowlands came out, 9.0.2. Don't even know what some of this stuff is. This was the tutorial account that I use for my TSM tutorials, different versions, etc., and now we are here. So this is basically just my evolution of profiles, but the ones that I currently use, like I said, is 9.2 for all of my current content. And then I use a profile simply called Pets on my Corgi character, who is my pet bank toon. Then I use the profile Bank Buddies, which is actually, the first one I ever have, for my transmog character. Then I use 8.3 for my old world character, which was Spell Sense. So I basically have a profile for every single big overview type of item, just because I'm never going to be posting, transmog on this character who does legendaries and etc. So I just don't want all of that mess in my groups because I'm never actually going to actively post it. So that is why I choose to kind of divide it out and do it by bank toons. Of course, you can make these profiles however you like. You can have one profile, you can have 8 profiles. It does not matter at all. It's just also a great way to also make a copy just in case you run into issues. So just another little tip here, let's say you want to modify my profile or your profile, anything you have pre-existing, you can quickly duplicate that profile, make a copy right there. So just in case you make some changes, you somehow break, whatever code you were trying to create, you always have a backup. So something to keep in mind, and hopefully that tip helps. But yeah, guys, that is it for this video. Basically, I just wanted to show how exactly my professions are set up, my mindset between that, and hopefully this can give you a little bit of ideas depending on your goals and, how far you are into gold making. But thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video, and as always, if you enjoyed, feel free to leave a like or even comment and subscribe, and as always, have a good day.